Big Boy, because Big Boy starts with better stuff.
A manager's job is never done, and in football at Michigan, that is very true. The Wolverines' senior manager is Adam Klaus, and during practice, he and his staff are all over the field supporting the team.
As far as the actual drills, we do many of the things that the officials would actually do during the game. We run the play clocks, we do the first down markers, the 10-yard markers, we spot the ball, retrieve the balls that have gone out of bounds or whatever. Just about all that kind of stuff that the officials would normally do during the game.
But in addition to that, managers shuttle cars, bring in lunch. They are on wake-up patrol in dorms and hotels, and they go to school at the same time. Adam, for instance, is an architectural student. This manager thing isn't easy.
The most difficult part of the time is definitely the time commitment. I spend a lot of time just helping out the coaches on outside of practice even, you know, with recruiting efforts and scouting reports and you name it, we help out with it. So it's definitely a 24/7 job.
But with all this work and very little fanfare, they feel very much a part of the team. And being part of the team, they share in the great moments.
My biggest memory for the whole working with the team is when we won the national championship last year. And every time I see the clip on TV, I look for myself because I'm only 5 feet away from Coach Carr when he's saying, you know, that we just won the national championship. And so it's kind of special, you know, we're still part of the team. We're, you know, there all the time for everything that happens and feel like part of the team.
With those moments come some perks too, like the tradition of managers playing touch football in the big house on game days before the teams warm up. Hey, it's a big deal.
We look forward to playing the other teams. Like quite often we can get touch football games started before the game, and there's nothing better than playing a little touch football in front of, you know, 30 or 40,000. We don't get the full 112, but you know.
These guys work hard, and Coach, I think it's great about college football. The managers are out there playing a little touch football before the big game because they're students and they should do that.
Jim, I can honestly say some of the greatest kids I've met at Michigan have been student managers for us, and it's in many ways a thankless job, and they're almost all, and we have a couple of young ladies this year for the first time, but they're all people that are highly dedicated. They do a great job as students. They have to, because they spend a lot of time down there helping us out.
One of the former managers of football teams of University of Michigan Regent.
Dan Horning.
Absolutely.
And Dan was here when I first came to Michigan in 1980. So, yeah, I mean, the contributions that they make, and as you mentioned, Adam is in the School of Architecture. A couple of weeks ago, I said, Adam, did you get much? You don't look like you get much sleep. He said, well, Coach, I had 12 hours sleep this week. And so I told him, I said, you know, that's not enough. But he said, well, that's what I got to do.
That's what he's got to do. When we come back, we'll meet another guy that's an unsung hero, tight end Mark Campbell. But first, we hear from another tight end, Jeremy Tuman, about having some time off.
Got a lot of guys with bumps and bruises. It's going to be a great time to get people rested, you know, get the fatigue away from us and work